Hello there, everyone. This is Mr. Brass. And, I'm going for another walk. I'm having some fun. But, I decided I'd get this video out here to share my thoughts on this notion that people have of asking so many questions during a debate or discussion. Now, I don't have a problem with asking questions in general. Like, if I'm having a general discussion with you over something, I don't mind being asked questions, or if it's in a Q&A session, obviously, I don't mind then. But I am sort of hesitant in debates to actually like questions, because I have found that in a debate, typically questions are asked dishonestly. Because here's the thing, it's a lot easier for me to ask 50 questions and hope my opponent is able to decipher the premises that are in my argument, like in the question, hidden somewhere in the questions, than it is actually for me to just give the argument and actually lay out the premises and show why they reach the conclusion that I get to. So you see that, right? That's just sort of how I roll with it. I believe that if in a debate, instead of asking 50 questions and expecting your opponent to be able to decipher them, the premises in them, you should just give the premises and make your argument. I believe that if you make any sort of questions in a debate, they should be limited to just, clarification on something you said. Like, if you say like if they didn't hear you, and you ask them, can you say that again? Those kind of questions, those aren't that much. If it's just asking you to repeat the question, repeat it again, that's just understandable. But when it goes beyond that and they're just asking you 50 questions in the debate and never present their own argument, that's when it gets ridiculous, because debates, by their very teleos, or their very natural end, are for ideas. A guy that just asks 50 questions is never putting forth an idea, so it, by definition, is not a debate. And people get really wrapped in the idea that if a person just asks 50 questions, and they can make those questions, in a very confident and bombastic way, that's great. And that can make them seem like they win, even though they've never presented an argument. That is just the sort of thing that I see. I believe we should keep to its natural. We should go by the rules of the system, as I say. If we've established a system of debate, we should strictly follow those rules to their natural ends. As I believe all ends really are, all ends work within a system, and how we've established what those systems mean, and to some extent. I'm getting into virtue ethics, and that's how you can tell I'm getting somewhat into ends and stuff like that. But, just keep that in mind. If someone's asking you a bunch of questions, and it's obviously that they're asking you questions to fulfill a function, they want something, whether it be just something good like information or whatever, you should always make sure to ask them to spell out their premises and see where it goes from there. Well, that is all for today. This is Mr. Brass saying goodbye and get wise.